my channel. This is OCD Movie Reviews. My name is Owen Brinker, and today I'm going to review the latest black comedy thriller film, Hell's Kitchen the Movie, starring Ray Fiennes as Gordon Ramsay, and this movie is directed by John Phillip. Actually, Ray Fiennes did say donkey in this movie. I'm not joking. I'm not fucking kidding. Anyway, for all seriousness, today I'm going to review The Menu. This movie is directed by Mylod, hopefully I said his name right, and this movie stars Anya Taylor-Joy, Ray Fiennes, Nicholas Hoult, John Leguizamo. And this movie tells the story of a young couple who travels to a remote island to eat at an exclusive restaurant where the chef has prepared a lavish menu with some shocking surprises, to say the least. Now, absolutely, this is definitely one of those movies I'm very interested to see. From the trailers itself, this movie looks very twisted, and I love those types of films. So, I decided to watch this movie with my friend Declan at Gold Class, Village Cinema's Gold Class. If you live in America and don't know what that is, it's a cinema where they serve food. So, I feel like that's the perfect location to watch this film. I feel like that's the best decision that I've done in a while. But this is definitely an interesting looking movie. From the trailers, I'm like, alright, this movie looks interesting. I like those type of twisted movies, and especially that this film took place in a restaurant where the restaurant is very twisted. That's interesting. I wanted to see this film. And oh my gosh, guys, I actually love this movie more than I thought I would. I thought I was going to at least like the movie. No, I actually almost love this film. This is absolutely going to be my favorite list for sure, because The Menu absolutely is one of the most entertaining films that I've seen this entire year. Now, don't go into The Menu expecting a horror film, because the trailers did sort of market this movie as a horror film. It isn't. This movie is absolutely a black comedy slash thriller film. And the comedy of this film is fantastic in the film, because whenever weird shit happens in this film and the characters like say a line, I was laughing because it's exactly what we would think in this type of situation. But of course, let's go back to the comedy later. Let's talk about the cast in the film, because the cast is absolutely one of the best aspects of this film. Anya Taylor-Joy. This actress impresses me the more films she does. Man, this is a big year for her. You know, from The Northman, Amsterdam, and now this movie. She is big this year. And out of the three of them, this is my favorite performance by her this year. She is fantastic in this film. She's technically the main character of this film, and just her character in this film was very invested to watch, and Anya Taylor-Joy does a great performance in this film. Nicholas Hoult is also really good in this film. He definitely plays a completely different role than he was in other films. He plays a guy that's so passionate about food and chefs and stuff, and you can see his love for that through this movie, and Nicholas Hoult plays that role really, really well. John Leguizamo is also really good in this film. He definitely provides some humor to the film, and he was actually really hilarious in the film. He does a really good job in the film. And, you know, the other people, I'll say they're my flaws. They're good in the film, but they're not mainly focused, and I would say that's one of my issues with the film, but we'll get back to that later. But let's talk about the person that completely stood out in this film, and that is absolutely Ray Fiennes. Man, this guy is so good in this film. This is one of my favorite performances by him for a while. This is a performance where you feel so disturbed by his character. And he's not a character where he's like so intense. He's very quiet and calm in this film. But just the facial expressions that he does in this film, man, I was literally on the edge of my seat. That shows how of a great actor Ray Fiennes is. And in this film, he does a terrific job in the film. This is his movie. He stole this entire movie for me, and he does a terrific job in this film. What's also interesting in this movie is that the food in this film that they serve also feels like a character on its own. And just the food in this film, it not just makes me hungry, but it's so investing to watch. This food in this film, just the artist who made these food in the film, was really good. I just love how unique this film is when it comes to the food. And even the location in this film was interesting also to watch. It takes place in one location on this island, and you just feel like you're in this restaurant with these people feeling very intense. And what I love about The Menu so much is that this is one of those movies that you're not going to know what's going to happen. You are very curious to see what happens throughout the film, because it's not cliche. It's definitely original and different. It's one of those movies where you feel like, okay, maybe this will happen. Nope. It goes a completely different direction. And I thought the direction with The Menu is fantastic. The pacing of this film from start to finish was great. There's not a single scene where I'm like, okay, this kind of drags on. No, the pacing in The Menu is fantastic in this film. I would also say the cinematography of this film is fantastic, but also, this film has some of the best sound mixing that I've seen this year. There's a lot of scenes where the chef claps and you literally jump. The sound mixing in this film is fan-freaking-tastic in the film, and even the score of this film is very freaking intense. But also, back to the comedy. This movie is really hilarious though. This is how you do a black comedy right. This movie cracks me up at a lot of stages of this film. This film is a dark comedy, and I thought the menu absolutely did the comedy very, very well. I wouldn't say it's disturbing. It's not a complete horror film, but there are some scenes in this movie where I'm like, oh shit, I did not see that coming. And I thought the menu, again, it does one of those things where you don't know what's going to happen, and I thought the menu absolutely does that really well. And the ending of this film also is one of those endings where you're like, oh my god, this is one of the most darkest and satisfying endings that I have seen this entire year. Without spoiling it, of course. But I would say my only issue with the film is some of the other characters. They're good in this film, they have their chance to shine, but you know, they're not as important as the main characters of the film, and I wish to have more spotlight in this film, because this film took place in this restaurant where there's all these characters, you know, eating and stuff, and, you know, reacting to the situation. And some of the other characters where I'm like, oh, I even forgot this character's even there. But overall, guys, The Menu is a deliciously good film. This is absolutely going to be my favorite movies of the year list for sure, because I love this movie from start to finish. This film was so investive, it was intense at times, the comedy was really well, but the acting of this film from Ray Fiennes is fantastic. Anya Taylor-Joy, Nicholas Hoult, Leguizamo, they did a great job in this film. This is absolutely an entertaining movie. It's one of the best entertaining films that I've seen this entire year. Check out this film, especially in Gold Class. I feel like you need to eat some food while watching this movie. It just adds a bit of a spark to this film. I am going to give The Menu an A. So guys, that is my review for The Menu. Let me know what you think of this film in the comments below. Do you like this film, hate this film, or you thought this movie was okay? Just let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys follow me on social media links down below. Facebook, Stardust, Instagram, Twitter, and Letterboxd. Keep contact with me, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel notified for my latest movie reviews and other movie related content. And have a nice day.